study vlogs. So today we are dealing with the chapter motion. So in the 7th class CBSE 13th chapter science. So what is motion? The motion means nothing but the movement in an object from one place to another time in a particular time. The movement in an object from one place to another place in a particular time. This is called as motion. Easiest way you can understand it simply. So in this motion, in the movement, there are two types of movement, fast movement and slow movement. Now let's see the fast movement and the slow movements. So here, slow and fast movements. Objects can be said to be faster or slower if they move in the same direction. Fast covers high distance in particular time and slow covers less distance in same time. Objects can said to be faster and slower. So if they are moving in the same direction, in the same path, we can easily say that which is moving faster. And we can say it also which is covering the larger distance in the less time is also can be said as faster, and and the same distance in the more time can be said to be slow. Okay, these are the slow and fast movements in in this chapter, in the motion, in the movement. Okay, now let's see in the slow and fast. The fast is said to be as speed. So let's see the speed. So the speed. A higher speed indicates that a given distance has been covered in shorter time or a larger distance covered in a given time. See, the higher speed means, I already said you that if the object is moving with speed, the higher distance will be covered in the less time. It will cover 30 kilometers in 10 minutes. If it is speed, if it is having more speed, it can said to be that it will cover 30 kilometers in 10 minutes. Okay, the speed is the total distance covered divided by the total time taken. So this is the formula. Speed is equals to total distance covered by total time taken. So in this formula we have some variations. So now I will show you the variations. Okay, the variations are, so we know that speed is equals to distance by time. I'll cross multiply this. This is the first variation. This is the actual. So now we'll see the second variation. So then d is equals to cross multiplication speed into time. Now I want time. So t is equals to distance by speed. Multiplication, if it goes to the other side of the equal, then it will be divided, and same as if dividend is goes to the LHS or RHS, it will be multiplied. So these are the three variations. Okay, these are the three formulas in the speed distance. So if they asked speed, they will give distance and time values. If they ask distance, they will give speed and time values. If they given distance and speed, we have to find the time. Okay, so the unit of speed is kilometer per hour. There are basic unit and larger unit. In speed, the basic unit is kilometer per hour. Sorry. The basic unit is of speed is meter per second. The higher unit is kilometer per hour or kilometer per minute or meter per minute. These are the higher variation. So d is the units of distance. The units of distance means an object covering some space in a particular place. That is called distance. Okay, distance units basic value is second. Sorry, that is time. Basic value is second, and time larger values are hour. Okay, a distance lesser value means basic unit is meter. Okay, this meter, and the higher unit is kilometer. The basic unit can be millimeters. There are many values. Okay, but we have to consider distance units are kilometer and meter. So these we have to learn up to here. So Now let's see the measurement of time. Now let's see the measurements of time. Okay. Here the measurement of time are simple pendulum and time period. The simple pendulum is nothing but if there is a thread with a hanging. This hanging is called as bob. This hanging is called as bob. And this is having some mass. This is having some mass. Right? This is having some mass. So the simple pendulum means an ideal pendulum pendulum means the thread or the hanging one. An ideal pendulum consisting of a point mass means that bob, suspended by a weightless, inextensible, perfectly flexible thread and free to vibrate without friction. This is called simple pendulum in a simple way. Okay, here they are given some points. A simple pendulum possesses oscillatory motion or periodic motion. It completes one oscillation when its bob move from one extreme position to other extreme position. So the oscillatory motion example, I will give an easy example, daily life example. That is a table fan. You know, table fan, ground fans. They'll keep their oscillation option. They will move to the one extreme point to other extreme point. See here the extreme points are nothing but these. The extreme points are these. So it will hang here, one point, it will start here and it will go up to here and it will come to another extreme point and it will go to another extreme point. So this is the process also happens in the table fan and happens in the simple pendulum. So this is the called as oscillatory motion. Okay. Now let's see time period. Time period is nothing but the time taken by pendulum to complete one oscillation. The oscillation time taken. If it taken to move from one extreme point to another extreme point is 2 seconds. Means example. The time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation. But if the displacement mean I'll take the pendulum to the far away extreme point and I will release it and it will go to the other extreme point. The time will be not changed. Okay, the change in displacement does not affect the time period of the pendulum. So this is called time period. So here we have to learn the units of speed and time measuring speed. I already said you right the three variations in speed and time formula. Speed is equal to the total distance covered by time taken. Time taken is equal to distance by speed. Distance is equal to speed into time. Okay, the measuring speed I also said basic unit of time is second, larger unit of time is minutes and hours, basic unit of speed is meter per second. Other units of speed is other units with higher larger units, kilometer per hour, kilometer per meter and meter per minute. These are the measuring of speed. Okay, now we have to get into the distance time graph. Okay, let's see what is distance time. Okay, sorry. Before before getting into the distance time graph, I need to say the for measuring speed there are some measuring instruments for speed. So those are speedometers and odometer. Speedometer is nothing but it will calculate the speed of you. On the bikes they write 80 kilometer per hour, 20 kilometer per hour, 30 kilometer per hour. So these are it will measure the speed by you. Okay, the speed unit is kilometer per hour. Okay, it will measure the speed. Okay, and now odometer is nothing but it will measure the total distance traveled by you of the bike. Simply I'll say the time you bought the bike, the time the bike spoils or destroyed, up to this time gap, up to this gap, how much distance covered by the vehicle. Measure it, the distance moved by the vehicle. This is odometer simply. Now we will get into the distance time graph. Distance time graph is nothing but distance time graph shows how far an object traveled in a given time, as traveled in a given time. So here this is x-axis, this is y-axis. On the x-axis they are given time minutes, on the y-axis they are given distance kilometer per meter. I'll take kilometers. So here it moved 5 minutes it moved 10 kilometers. In 10 minutes it moved 20 kilometers. In 15 minutes it moved 13 kilometers. In 20 minutes it moved 40 kilometers. Okay, here now say what is the speed, calculate the speed, the distance they are given time. So we know that speed is equals to distance by time. We know the formula, right? Is equals to distance by time. So now speed is how much? Distance, we know that we will find the value of 10. In time how much? 5. So 5 ones are 2s are, so speed is equals to 2 kilometer per hour. That's the answer for it. Okay, this is how you should calculate the speed. That's it. So the time graph, it shows how much this speed or distance or time it increased from the starting to the ending point. So this car has increased from 10 to 40 kilometers per hour. Means 40 kilometers 20 minutes. It will take some time. Okay, this it will measure the speed. It shows the time graph, how much time it is, how much distance it is covered in a particular time. So this is the distance time graph. So now I will go some deeper. I'll give you some extra knowledge. So that is laws of motion. Newton's laws of motion. I think you have heard it. Newton's laws of motion. Newton's laws of motion. The first layer they are having three laws. First law, second law, third law. The first law is an object is at rest until and unless an external force is added on it or acted on it. Every body remains in a state of rest or uniform motion unless acted upon by an external force. For example, I will take a ball and I will place it in a place, place it somewhere. It will be in rest. If I will beat it with ball, means with bat, sorry, with bat means the bat is giving some external force to the ball. Okay, so the ball goes away. That is called the first law. Easy example. Now we will see the second law. The amount of acceleration of a body is proportional to the acting force and inversely proportional to the mass of the body. I'll give you an example to this so you can easily understand. Uh, Take a riding of bicycle. So bicycle riding, how is an example mean? With a leg, you are giving some pressure and you are exerting some force on the pedal. When you are exerting some force, the cycle starts to accelerate. Accelerate means it moves. So this is how second law works. Third law. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So this is an easy law. Easy example I'll give. Sports, that is, take a ball, hit it to the wall, and it will come back. The same force to you. Okay? Means here I am giving some force to the ball to hit to the wall. Okay? And I am giving some force and it acting some pressure on the wall. So the wall exerts some force and gives an external force and it bounces back to me. So this is how third law works. So these are the laws of motion and this is your motion chapter. So don't feel it hard. It is an easy chapter. If you have any doubts in sums in this chapter, you can comment. You can comment that question. I will definitely answer those questions and I will definitely answer those questions and I'll give you the answer in the comment box. Okay, thank you for watching, friends. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Please support our channel. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.